Coach, we'll start you with an opening statement.
Okay. Well, my first comment is this. Look, Kentucky is playing at an extremely high level right now. Craig and Anders and that whole staff are some of the best people in this profession. And, they've had their share of adversity this year as well, and they're playing well at the right time, and I think they're a team that can go deep in this thing. They have every piece that it takes, and so we wish them well. We truly wish them well as they move forward in this tournament. For us, I've always said you gotta, you get to tournament time, you gotta be really good, and we are. But you gotta get a little lucky, and we haven't been. It's been a rough week for us. On Monday, Lauren hurts her hitting hand in practice, doesn't practice all week, comes out here and guts it out, but, both those teams did a good job against Lauren Matthews, but just look at the history of Lauren Matthews, and Lauren Matthews didn't have a block this weekend. Tell me the last time Lauren Matthews didn't have a block. And she didn't have one all weekend, and so, but watching her be the gutty warrior that she is, and gut it out, and then, up here in our first practice, Abby, our libero, dives for a ball, and all of a sudden can't get off the ground. And, was dealing with a lower back issue, and we were able to get her out there, and she gutted it out last night and just simply, literally couldn't get out of bed this morning. And so, we're without our libero. And I don't know, second team All-Americans and liberos are pretty important this time of year. And so, you got to have the bounce, and we didn't have the bounce, but, it allowed us to show people what, I get tired of people talking about how much our program wins because it takes away from what our program's about. And that was on full display tonight, what our program is about in terms of fight and guts and character. And so I'm just really, really proud of our kids.
Questions for Coach or the student athletes?
Lauren, I talked about the injury. Just what percentage do you think you were this weekend? Because you were still really good, but you weren't your normal self. What percentage of your normal self were you?
Well, yesterday was way worse than, not percentage-wise, but way worse, like, feel-wise. And today I thought it'd be a little better, but I'm looking at the box score, and it's about the same. So, it is what it is.
You guys are both fifth-year players that have been around the program for a long time. Just what does wearing Western Kentucky on your jersey, what's that mean? What will you take with you as you depart the program?
You got it. Wow, that was a tough one. For me, I think wearing Western across my chest has I'm just grateful that I got the opportunity to come back my fifth year and be coached by Travis Hudson and the team that I'm a part of. Like, I'm just super grateful to have the kind of kids we have on our team. Like, there's such a unity that a lot of teams across the country in college volleyball do not have. And I don't know, it's just different. It's truly a sisterhood, and we always call ourselves a band of sisters, and that's truly what it is. And so I'm just grateful that I got the opportunity to be coached by Travis Hudson and our staff.
Yeah. I'd echo everything she said. I just, as I look back and I think about my decision to come here, just how God had his hand in all of it, and I was meant to come to Western Kentucky, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Look, I want to say, let's write this story, okay? In a world of college athletics where we're writing stories about NILs and transfer portals and everything that's wrong with college athletics, let's write this story. Okay, let's let this be the headline for a change. Okay, these are two kids that, my son's 16 years old and driving now. These are two kids that came into my world when he was 11 years old. And they've watched him grow up, and they've been a part of our family. And, when you look, Western Kentucky's been in 53 straight top 25s. Okay? When you look at that top 25 and you play that game which you played when you were a little kid of which of these does not belong, it's Western Kentucky. Okay? It's SEC, it's Pac-12, it's Big Ten, it's transfer portals, it's NILs, it's all those kinds of things. So how come? Somebody write that story. Okay? Because for all of the bad that's in college athletics right now, this is the good. And I've been a head coach for 28 years at Western Kentucky. We've had 2 kids leave our program in 28 years. Don't tell me it can't happen. And you think Lauren Matthews couldn't have gotten a transfer portal and had her pick of schools? You know how many conversations we had about that? Zero. Okay? So I don't want to hear all this stuff about kids are different these days and they don't value. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. You find the right ones, you love them, you care about them, you push them, but you love them, and everything we all love about college athletics can still be a part of college athletics. And these two are absolute shining examples of that. 5th-year kids.
Travis, it seems like the hardest part of coaching is when you have to deal with the last game of the season and you see careers end.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing it for 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it?
Well, because I just told them I thought I'd be a mess when this one was over, but you don't get to show who you are in life until it gets hard. And so to tell their story and to tell the story of our team, it had to be this week, I think. It had to go bad. It started bad. We lost our libero the day before we started two-a-days for the season. It's been a journey all year. When you look back, go back and watch Western Kentucky volleyball in about week 2. Okay? We wouldn't have made an NCAA tournament if they took 200 teams. And so just seeing the fight, we were outclassed by Kentucky tonight with the situation we were in. They're elite. They're well coached. They're balanced. They're physical. But it just gave me one last glimpse of why it is I keep coming back every year. Because this just can't be just about winning trophies and going to tournaments. It just can't be. And we haven't lost a lot in the last few years in our program, but it was in a losing effort that I was reminded what our program stands for and what it's really about. And so I feel a sense of pride more than I feel a sense of sadness.
Well, congratulations on a fine season. As far as Kentucky is concerned, you put a pretty good whipping on them earlier in the year. Can you talk specifically about areas where they've definitely gotten better?
Well, I always watch Kentucky throughout the year because Craig and I are friends. We were laughing when I got here. We were at the Lexington Country Club playing golf back in the summer, laughing about, I wonder if we'll see each other again in December. And when Craig and I shook hands before the match, he said, here we go again. Because we've had some pretty memorable ones in the past against them. But, again, they're an example, too, of a lot of right things in college athletics, man. They have endured injuries. They have kids that have had to sacrifice. You got kids that are playing at a high level that can't get on the court for them right now. But they all are accepting of roles, and they all do their role at a high level, and they're the real deal. I watched them at different times in the year when they were dealing with injuries and different things like that, and you didn't know where they would land this year, but seeing them whole again and seeing all those pieces come together, they're a terrific team. And again, you're in this business long enough, you start to see coaches for who they really are. And I know all you people in Lexington know this, but Craig Skinner is one of the real ones. He's a phenomenal human being, and he's a good father and a good friend, and he's the real deal, and I can do nothing but wish them well.
For the players, when Travis talks about all that adversity and losing players for the season, and you get a chance, I mean, have you thought about just what was his journey like to have to go through all that adversity and still be able to do what you did as a team this year? I mean, how much pride do you guys take in that?
A lot, just because even our team last year is completely different than our team is this year. And so we knew coming in it was going to be a different kind of battle, but I don't know, we just fought through it. It was a roller coaster throughout the season, but I'm just proud of our underclassmen and their fight and determination throughout the entire season. And I truly can't wait to see what they do in the future.
Yeah. I just think it takes a lot of trust, and that's the culture we've built, and the culture I'm so proud of to be a part of. So, yeah.
Got time for two more. First with Cole.
You know, Travis, you talked about things that are right in college athletics right now. You come up here to an SEC school that's 2 years removed from a national championship. Even though it didn't end the way you wanted to, you got to have one proper send-off to a whole section of the stadium that was red for Western Kentucky. What does that mean?
Well, it's just, I think one of the big stories in college athletics right now is the growth of women's volleyball. It's exploding all over the country, and Bowling Green, Kentucky's no different. It's just come so far, but it's come so far because of what these kids have done year in, year out to put a special product out there. And, to see us travel the way we've traveled, if you would have told me 10 years ago we'd be loading up fan buses and taking the band to the NCAA tournament, I probably would have questioned that a little bit. But it's special. But again, it's important to me in our community, and this is what I think our community gets. They're more than volleyball players. Our kids are in the community. They're out giving back to the community. They care about the fans, and they interact with them. And so it's been really cool. It's been really cool to turn around and see that wall of red that was there supporting these kids to the end.
Last question back here.
Lauren, Katie, y'all been through this for 5 seasons, started in 2018. You've seen Western sell out, second round NCAA tournament. What's been y'all's favorite moment of playing for Travis or being on Western?
Oh, there's been so many. Going to the Sweet 16 was a really special moment. Dogpiling in Omaha was pretty awesome. But there's really not one that sticks out to me, to be honest. It's the everyday that you remember, the practices, the talking in the locker room, and having sleepovers with your teammates, and
Like a lot of the stuff off the court, a lot of team bonding we did, like we'll have a movie night or everyone come and bring something to eat and we'll all just hang out or something. Like it's that kind of stuff.
yeah.
All right, congrats on a great season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.